Okay, everyone, welcome to day 6. Today we are going to be talking about setting goals. If you don't set goals, you're not going to achieve them. And one of the key components to making money, doing anything, any kind of business, is to set goals. So recognizing that you're in business for yourself. So the company you represent is Scentsy, but you are actually the one who writes your paycheck. So in order for you to get higher pay, you need to start by setting new goals. So first and foremost, you have already been tracking in your daily tracking log. You should have been doing that this whole month already. So make sure you do that. One thing I do want to mention is if you have a 0, I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but if you have a 0 for one of the sections, it's important for you to get in the habit of writing 0. Don't just leave it blank. There's something to be said for this habit that we're going to be creating, that we fill in all the numbers every single day. Okay. Now you will notice on my sheet, I don't fill it in on Saturdays and Sundays because I don't work Saturdays and Sundays. So I do skip those 2 lines each time, but under each category, if you are currently at 0 PRV, it's important that you write in 0. Okay. So let's talk about setting your goals. If you're in this group, if you're watching this program, then you want to be learning how to make money with your Scentsy business. And that means that you actually have to work. The bare minimum requirement for Scentsy consultants is 200 PRV in a single month, in 1 month every calendar year. Okay, so technically that's not even true, it's every 12th month. So if you are active in July, the bare minimum says that the next time you need to be active is July of next year. But that is not making you any money. That is not why I'm doing this program for you. That is literal bare minimum to stay on as a consultant. But those people are not contributing. They're not participating in any trainings. They're not participating in the team pages. They're not doing the Tuesday training calls that are available with Scentsy. So we have all this amazing training and opportunity for you to learn, but people who are doing 200 PRV just once a year, they're not actively engaged in their business. So they might be a hobbyist, but more than likely they've just completely forgotten to order. So that is not you. And I do really, really want to challenge you today to start setting higher goals than you have been ever before. Because let's be honest, if you're not willing to step up your game, you're probably not going to make more money with your Scentsy business. You're going to tell people that this program does not work, which is baloney, because I know it works, because I have years and years and years of experience telling me what does work and what does not work. I'll tell you what does not work. It does not work to write down a goal that you're super comfortable with, and then you achieve that goal and you're kind of like, well, I did it. There's no celebration, there's no excitement, there's no nervousness about achieving that goal. You're basically in a comfort zone, and a comfort zone is not where you're going to have exponential growth. So I really, really want to challenge you. If you are in this program, if you're watching these videos wanting to learn how to actually bring in money every single month for your Scentsy business, I'm going to challenge you to have a minimum of 500 PRV every single month. I know some of you might want to stop right now. I'm going to challenge you to stick with it. Hear me out. If you're doing 500 PRV a month, that's really 125 PRV a week. I am going to drop in the Dropbox. So if you've been following along, you'll see that I have different printables each video. I will put under the printables today a tracker that you can actually see what is 100 PRV in a day. And you can choose what you like. Okay, so 125 or 125 PRV a week, really that's nothing. And for my directors and above, my expectation is that they're doing 2000 PRV every single month, which is 500 PRV a week. So you're going to break it down and you're going to go, okay, if I need 500 PRV in a week and there's 5 days of the week, I need to earn 100 PRV every single day. And that is a habit to get into. If you consistently do 100 PRV a day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks out of every month, you're going to have 2,000 PRV every single month. People who are earning 2,000 PRV a month earn $792 paychecks. Okay, so I want you to sit on that and think for a minute. What would $792, what difference would that make in your life? Does that mean that you can pay a car payment? Does that mean you're going to cover, I don't know, cell phone bills? Does that mean you're going to cover all the gas that your family uses in a month? I'm challenging you to write this stuff down. What would you and your family do with $792 a month? And I don't want to hear you say, buy Scentsy. Because if you are spending money to be active with your Scentsy business, you have a hobby. That is not the way to run this business as a successful consultant. Successful consultants are placing orders and they are their own host and they're getting their own products for free or half price. Okay, so they're using the host rewards and the perpetual rewards and they're getting their products either for free or half price. No consultant out there who is trying to make money with their Scentsy business, under no circumstance should you be spending your money to get that product. You should always be doing your follow-up calls and using your follow-up calls as your orders, as yourself as the host. Okay, so very important that you really, we talked about this on day one, you have to think in this new mindset that you are a business owner. You are no longer doing this as a hobby. You're wanting to actually make money. So what would you do with $792 every single month? I will tell you that for 1 year, so 12 months, that would be $9,504. Okay, what would you do with that? Would you take your family on a trip? Would you go somewhere that you've never been before? Would you be able to have experiences with your children that you've never, ever experienced before? If you've never been to Disney, you could take your kids to Disney. You could go to Mexico for a week. Like, I want you to really stop and think, what would you do if you had $9,504 at the end of a year? Okay, this is the kind of money I am talking about. And I have not even started talking to you guys yet about what you can be earning as you go through the leadership ranks. The leadership ranks is where you're building a team, you're getting bonuses from home office because you're training the team, okay? Each person who sponsors someone, they should be working with their new people and training them, and Scentsy rewards that, okay? You should not be getting a bonus if you're not actually doing anything to help them. So it's really critical to know. Yesterday, I spoke to you about what if you had a $20,000 year? I am telling you that is very reasonable for a lot of people in this industry, in Scentsy, in our business, okay? But that's why I want to teach you the program, the mindset, the best business practices for you to impart today. It's important that you don't be a consumer of information, okay? I know that we have people, I mean, I've been doing this for so long. I have people who want to read the next book, want to watch the next training, want to listen to the next podcast, want to watch the next video, and they think that's going to make them successful. It's not. There comes a point where you have the knowledge, but you are not taking the action. And it is the action that is going to increase your paychecks. Okay? I hope that you hear what I'm saying. You have to take action. It's at the end of 30 days, if you're just sitting here consuming, and you're not actively engaged in doing the work, doing the stuff I'm telling you need to do, you're going to think that this is a failure, but it's not. If you do the work, you will earn the reward, and the reward is higher paychecks. Okay? So I do want to talk about your goals. You do need to set a PRV goal. The minimum that I would recommend for you, and it could terrify you, is 500 PRV by the end of July. I'm not kidding. Today is day 5. That leaves you 25 days to earn 500 PRV. So all you have to do is you go 500 PRV divided by 25 days. That's 20 PRV a day. Like, we have to stop making this complicated. This is not complicated. I need you to get out of your head and start realizing that people are buying. So you want to make sure they're buying from you. If somewhere along the line you have lost people buying from you, a little hard truth here, that's a you problem. That means that you have not been doing your follow-up calls. That means that you have assumed that people will reach out to you when they need more Scentsy product. But that is not the case. Unless they are loyal to you, like completely loyal to you, they're not going to reach back out to you when they run out. They're either going to let it sit there and they'll have no wax for years, or they'll donate it to the Salvation Army. It is your job to follow up. So in order for you to get 500 PRV this month, you have to do some follow-ups. Now that can be a phone call, it can be a text, it can be a voice clip. I prefer voice clips on Facebook, it makes it a little more personal. But if you have not done follow-up calls, like maybe ever, okay, maybe you've never done a single follow-up call and you're kind of freaking out right now, I'm letting you know this is in your head that it's weird, okay? Your customer expects this. All you have to do is call them up or leave them a voice clip or send them a text and say, hey, Mary, I know it's been a while. I wanted to let you know I have a Scentsy order going in on Friday at 7 o'clock if you need any light bulbs. You're not asking them for any sales. You're giving them a customer service follow-up. You're letting them know you still sell Scentsy. And more than likely, they're going to message you and be like, oh, thank you so much. I don't need light bulbs right now, but I do need some wax or whatever. Another tip, when somebody messages you with an order, here's what you're going to say. So most people, okay, most people would say, oh, thank you so much for your order. I'm going to let you know when it comes in. Not you, okay? You're in this program because you're learning to make money. So what you need to say is, thank you so much for your order. Would you like to reach out to 2 friends who might want to get in on this order with you so that you can split the $14 flat rate shipping? They're going to say, sure. So that is how you're going to get referrals. You're going to get your customers actually asking their friends to get in on an order, because who wants $14 shipping? Nobody. Do they want to split it 3 ways? Absolutely, right? Or they might want to split it 4 ways. And you're starting to get more orders coming in. At a certain point, your customer might actually have enough orders to be almost at a party. So in Canada, a qualified party is $265 before tax and shipping. You can reach out to them and you can let them know, like, hey, you're only like $60 away from earning some free and half off items. You would get $26.50 in free products, and you would get a bonus 50% off item of your choice. And you can even use that for a 6-pack of bars. So your 6-pack of bars could be $20. Would you like to reach out to another friend and see if you can get to that point? And they're going to say yes. Okay, you have to come at it from this lens of customer service. That is our job. We must offer the best customer service out there so that people continue to want to work with us. Okay, the second thing you want to do is you want to have a TWV goal. A TWV goal is for anybody who has team members. If you don't have team members, you're going to. So listen to what I'm going to say. As a lead consultant, you have to have 500 PRV and 1,000 TWV. So TWV stands for Team Wholesale Volume. So when the people under you sell, it increases your TWV. Under the printables, I'm going to include a compensation plan that is written out in an easier format to read, in my opinion, than what you're going to find in the catalog. It is similar to what I had in my original join kit when I started almost 12 years ago. So this, I understand, is a little bit confusing. I get it, okay? Of course, if you have questions about the compensation plan, it's your responsibility to reach out to your sponsor and ask them to help you understand it. And if your sponsor doesn't understand it, that's okay. It's their job to get the answer from their director and feed that information back down the line. Okay, that is part of the job of being a sponsor. When you sponsor people, Scentsy pays a bonus based on you helping them. If you're not helping them, you're not going to have the team wholesale volume. They're not going to work. You're not going to have the team wholesale volume, and then you're not going to get the bonus. Okay, it's how this whole program is designed. The compensation program, sorry. So I will drop that in the printables as well so that you can read it. Read it till you understand it. If you still have questions after you read it, I am asking you to please put on your employer hat, put on your entrepreneur hat, and try to figure things out on your own first. If you still don't understand, drop a message in the comments and I will reply. Okay, but you do have to learn how to be a little self-sufficient. And in that way, it means you're going to look for trainings. You're going to look on the workstation. You're going to look on YouTube. If you look on YouTube, I do want to say, you want to make sure that you're looking at something that is as up to date as possible. Okay, if you're looking up information from 20 years ago, the compensation plan has always remained the same, but you never know what might have gone out of circuit by then. So make sure you're always looking for the most up-to-date videos and stuff like that. Okay, so team wholesale volume directly linked to the compensation plan in the printables. Make sure you print it off. Make sure you understand it. Okay. The next goal you need to set for July is recruits. You have to start getting comfortable offering people the opportunity to do Scentsy with you. It is not salesy and it is not icky. That could be a story that you have in your head, but it is not reality because people are joining Scentsy every single day. So it's important for you to understand that people are looking for what we have to offer, but we have to find them and make that connection that you're looking for something, you're looking to make extra money. Everybody knows that groceries have gone through the roof. Everybody is looking to make more money. Okay. If they're not, that's okay. They probably know someone who is, and that is called a referral. So going back to the person who you followed up with, and they have collected a couple of orders to split that flat rate shipping, maybe collected a couple more orders to earn some host rewards. There is a host exclusive starter kit that you can talk to them about so that they would become a team member. Or if they're not interested in that, it's always a good business practice to say, do you happen to know anyone who could use some extra income? Everyone can. Another thing you could say is, do you know any teachers that might be off for the summer that might be wanting to supplement their income? Do you know any really busy moms that might be looking for some mom time and not kid time? Do you know anyone who is doing a renovation right now and could maybe use a little extra money to put toward that budget? Do you know anyone who has recently moved and loves hosting people in their new place? Do you know anyone who has a backyard patio and they just love having parties? Do you know anyone, blah, blah, blah? I mean, the list goes on and on. It's just a matter of opening up your mouth and letting people know that you are building a Scentsy team. You are relaunching, for some of you, you're relaunching your Scentsy business and you are intent on making money. So with sales, the most money that you can earn is 25% base commission plus a 5% bonus on any month that you do 2,000 PRV or more. So you could potentially do, I don't know what it is, 7,000 PRV. Let me work that out real quick. I don't know what 7,000 PRV would look like because I don't do sales like that. But if you did 7,000 PRV in a month, that would be $2,100. But that's not super realistic for a lot of you who are in this program. You have not even, if you looked back over every month, you have not even consistently been put in 200 PRV or 350 PRV. So that's why I'm challenging you to start at the 500 PRV, okay? The TWV, that is directly linked to either your current title or the title that's going to show on your dashboard with those little circles to earn a promotion. Okay, so it's a very simple way to figure out, well, what should my goal be? 500 PRV minimum, and it's going to be 1,000 TWV minimum. Okay. Now, you might not have anyone on your team yet. You might be a team of one. And that's why you're part of this group, because you're going to put in 500 PRV, 1,000 TWV, which means that you need to start building a team. So I'm going to challenge you to get 2 new team members before the end of the month. Don't panic. I'm going to be teaching you how to do this. I already gave you some ideas on how you can ask people for a referral, and you would be surprised how many people will offer a referral. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that you're not allowed to incentivize somebody to join your team. That is absolutely out of compliance, and you will probably lose your Scentsy account. You will be terminated if you were to say to somebody, join my team and I'll give you whatever, a mini fan. No, we're not allowed to do that. Okay. I'm a superstar director. If we were allowed to do that, I could offer the moon. But someone who's starting out, maybe you started Scentsy on July 1st. Maybe this is your first ever month with Scentsy. You don't have one of these to give away. So that would be a completely unfair playing field. So instead, what you could do is you could say, if somebody gives you a referral, if you know anybody who is looking to earn a little extra money and they sign up on my team, I can reward you with, a 6-pack for $20. In that instance, you're gifting the referral. Okay, so not the person who joins, you're gifting the person who has referred it. And or you could do whatever you want, a fragrance flower for half price or whatever. Now, for you to get that item at half price, so that you're not spending any money, you're going to use a perpetual reward. A perpetual reward is a bonus 50% off item every time that you are the host or that the person hosting doesn't have an originating host. Okay, you can learn more about the perpetual reward on the workstation. I'm sure there's a bunch of YouTube channel videos about it as well. But I'm trying to get you to be learning how to look up information on your workstation. The workstation should be your best friend. That's why we start with filling in our numbers every single morning, is to get you logged into that workstation. You need to become very familiar with the workstation. Okay. So you're going to use your perpetual reward to get them that item for 50% off. So they're actually paying for it, but they're getting, they feel good about this transaction because they've referred someone to you who joined your team. You get a recruit, they get an item at 50% off. Now that is a personal special. You cannot post that publicly. That has to be one-on-one. So again, when somebody is messaging you and they're like, oh yeah, I'll collect 2 more orders, and they get back to you and they're like, okay, these are the 2 orders, and you give them a timeline. Be sure to let them know this order is going in tonight at 7 o'clock so that they get on it. If the longer time between when you speak and when you close a party, the smaller and smaller and smaller orders become. So it's important to create a sense of urgency. Make sure that you are following up with them. Okay. And then if they refer somebody, you can use a perpetual reward and you can reward them, and it costs you nothing, but it has to be done one-on-one. Okay. So it's really important for you to set your goals and to break them down. So like I said, if I told you to do 2,000 PRV this month, you'd be like, I can't. And I would challenge you and I would say, why can't you? And you're like, well, it's too much. Well, too much for one day, maybe. If you follow up with me on the last day of the month and you're like, I need help, I can't help you at that point. That's why we're having this conversation on day 6, on July 5th. This is why we're having this whole conversation, or July 6th. We're having this conversation so that you get the goals written down as quickly as possible. Now, looking at July, The last day of the month is a Monday. So take off Monday, that last day, okay? Don't even put that in your equation. Look at the previous months, so weeks. We have 1, 2, 3.5 weeks. Okay, so you're going to take your 3.5 weeks, which is, let me see, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 days, including today. Is it 17 days? Now I'm thrown off. It's 17 days. Okay, so what you want to do is you're setting your goal, 500 PRV divided by 17 days. Okay, so let me work that out right now real quick. 500 divided by 17. And this is important for you as a business owner, that you understand the numbers. You have to learn to become comfortable working things out on your calculator. So it's 30 PRV a day. Well, what is 30 PRV a day? Like I said, I'll put it in the printables, but that is 1 6-pack is 30 PRV. There is no reason that anybody watching this could not sell a 6-pack in one day. No reason whatsoever. Okay. So I said you're going to have, you're going to need 2 recruits. So 17 days divided by 2. 2 divided by 17 is 0.12. You basically needed to be having a conversation every single day. We already spoke about the 5 and 5 system. We already talked about this. If you do this, it's automatically built into this that you're going to be having these conversations. Okay. It's just a matter of getting comfortable with them. And reminder, it's your job. Okay. It is your job. Your job is to get sales. Your job is to book parties, and your job is to recruit. If you don't like doing parties, you have to work a little bit harder at it, to be totally honest with you. Parties you can do easily. The average party, minimum average party, is 500 PRV. So you could do 1 party in the month and hit the target I'm asking you to go for this month with a 500 PRV. Okay. If you wanted to do 2000 PRV, that's 4 parties. I personally would do 2 parties in 2 weeks, like 2 parties a week for 2 weeks instead of 1 party scattered. But that's me. You have to do what works best for you and for your family's schedule. Okay. So you have to set your goals, and you have to break them down. If you need 1000 PRV, or TWV, I'm sorry, you need 1000 TWV, which I told you you do. That means you have to be doing 59 TWV every single day for 17 days. So I'm not including weekends. If you only work weekends, you have to make it up on the Saturday and Sunday. Okay. But I'm trying to teach you how to treat your business like a business. And in order to do that, you have to think of all the businesses out there. Any day job that you're going to typically is Monday to Friday. Okay. Or 5 days scattered throughout the week. That's all I'm asking you to do, is work 5 days a week. Okay. So, 500 PRV is your absolute minimum. If you want to start making money with your Scentsy business. If you are an essential consultant, you will earn $133 a month doing 500 PRV and nothing else. If you are a certified consultant, you would be earning $166.25 a month. And that is based on your 500 PRV minimum, no team, no TWV, no recruits, nothing like that. Okay, so the bare minimum, if you start getting in the habit of just doing 500 PRV every single month, then let's see, you would definitely promote to certified, because 1000 lifetime PRV is certified. So I'm going to go based on the certified number here, even though 2 months you could potentially be paid as essential. But that would be $1,995 in a year. So almost $2,000 for a year. That's good money for someone who's only working like a very small amount, under an hour a day, 5 days a week. I mean, 500 PRV, it's not even close to that much, time wise. But this is why we're in this. This is why I'm trying to teach this to you, because you have to learn to break things down. Look at how many days you have, look at your goal, divide your goal by the number of days, and that's your daily target. Okay. If this is making sense to you, please comment below target. So I know that you are following, you are tracking with me. If you have questions, don't be shy. Please leave them below. And I will talk to you tomorrow on our next training topic. Have a good day.